hyperprofiler tones and talks, and we're still in distortion country, in a way. We had fuzz, we had the big muff, which is in between, and then the classic overdrive pedals, and now we are coming to a pedal which is, I think, at least what I heard, pretty legendary and sought after. I must admit, I'm totally agnostic to this because in my life it somehow didn't play any role. But Thomas, hi, you're
Hi.
with us again, and you know a little bit about it, and you have one, and we're talking about the
Yes.
Klon Centaur, and yeah, as I said, it came maybe when the amps for me had enough gain already or so, I don't know. And just recently, I think through Instagram, a couple of years ago, the discussion started, and I heard things about clones being so ridiculously expensive on reverb, like for $5,000 or $6,000. So you please enlighten me and us, of course, about that concept, and if you have any idea why these go for these amazing sums and what it can actually do, what the concept is. So
The concept is really simple. So, yep, I can take the facts on the clone. So, this is one of the original pedal, Klon Centaur, and it's an overdrive pedal. Gain, treble, and output. So the three knobs to glory. And it was developed by Bill Finnegan from 1990 to 94. And this is one of the reason why it's so much sought after, because there only were 8,000 units built between those years. Oh no, it was developed from 1990 to 94, and from 1994 to 2009 it was sold. So 8,000 units, and the price expanded when Finnegan stopped the production, and nowadays you find those things on Reverb for 5,000 euros or dollars. I don't know if the people pay for it. Josh Scott had, I think, 500,000, his number 2 clone set on Reverb, and there were guys who would buy it. I don't really know. And Bill Finnegan also tried to sell his number 1 for for this price. I think so. There are some rumors, myths on that pedal, but what's all about? So users are Jeff Beck, John Mayer, a lot. All the people who can afford this price or had some units back in the days bought from when it's not that expensive, and a broad variety of musical styles, from country style to rock style, heavy style. James Hetfield has one. I don't know if he used one on some recordings, but he's listed on the clone users. And yeah, it's a transparent overdrive. That's what the people say. It adds gain without altering the tone. So that means you can place it in front of an amp, and you just have the gain boosted, no really tonal changes. And this is something that very much people prefer to have. And the circuit has had unique characteristics, and it was, the first thing is the voltage converter. An IC Max 1044 voltage converter boosts the voltage to 18 volts to the op amp, and this op amp is the main part of the circuit, and it has 2 germanium diodes that perform waveform clipping. And the gain knob is a so-called dual ganged gain pot. That means the It is a double potentiometer which controls the balance between the diode clipping stage and the clean stage. And then the two signals are summed together before they interact with the other two controls, treble and output volume. So this is something, yeah, what's really special on that clone, and of course the way it sounds and the way it interacts with the dynamics the player does and the amp and the guitar. It's a really great sounding unit. And of course there are clones of the clone, which are, yeah, many. Here are some of them. The Centavo from Warm Audio looks definitely the same, nearly the same as the original one. Tomnos from Wampler, the Arca from J Rocket Design, MXR Sugar Drive, or Electro Harmonix Soul Food. And in 2014, Bill Finnegan started building the pedal again and sold it under the name Klon KTR, this red box. And according to Bill Finnegan, it has the same circuit as the original pedal. And this is the one that I'm using. I don't have this 5,000 euro clone. So I bought mine in 2020, and I think in 2021, Bill Finnegan said something that that he couldn't get those NOS diodes, so he would try it to create this pedal with another type of diode. So it was really, yeah, screaming in the guitar. In the guitar world, no NOS diodes. So, but he played some examples, and it sounded the same. So, yeah. Okay. Now having this one here, this is the one from 2020, and also Christoph.
How much is that one?
Oh, it's you can have it for 450 euros or dollars.
And do you know for how much it went when it came out?
390.
Okay.
Just looked back when I bought it, and I've paid about 390. But I still just checked it. I ordered it 2020 in April, and it came in September. So long time to wait, and they were sold out. I don't know, in the pandemic time, but I just saw some shops which are selling it, and it's about 490. And it's a great sounding pedal. It's one of the pedals that I really use very often in combination with real amps, in combination also with the profiler. I had that before the Kemper Drive came out. I was just always using some compressor, some boost pedals in front of the profiler. But when the Kemper Drive came out, yeah, there were some settings that create this clone tone, and they are really nice. Okay, so turning on all the stuff and connecting.
I'm pretty curious about what it does.
So here we are. First of all, changing to the rig manager. Here we go. My amp is the profile of the Valve amp crunch channel, but yeah, the amp tone is nearly breakup. the bridge pickup. Okay, kicking in the clone, the settings on the pedal are gain at 9 o'clock, the tone knob at noon, and the volume knob at about 11, because this pedal has, some good volume. And so now you get, a matched volume with a clean tone. So here it is. Clean sound. Clone. And when you turn up the gain, so now gain to 12 o'clock. Gain 15 or 3 o'clock. Gain maximum.
I get it.
Rolling off the volume.
I see.
Okay. So
it really keeps the tonal, basically the frequency shape, and it just, that's true. It just adds more gain. That's amazing.
And
okay,
this
now I get it.
With nearly every amp and different amp gain stages, and you have all this stuff. So it was really much distortion when you have the gain level all the way up. So my favorite settings are gain something between 9 and noon or 1 o'clock. So this is this for me the sweet spot, especially with single coils. So when you have it at 11, you get this typical AC/DC. This typical tone, but also everything
Nice.
in the fingers. No volume pot at maximum, now turning down. So it's really fine. Right.
Wow.
So I would really like to compare it to an original clone, but this one is, for me, absolutely great. And okay. Thanks for watching.
The Klon explained.
Yeah.
Everybody, thank you, Thomas.
Yeah. See you next time.
Bye and goodbye.
Yeah. Okay. Now going back to the Kemper drive, and let's see what it does. So, clone settings: 9 o'clock gain, noon tone, and 11 o'clock the volume. Here's the sound. Bridge pickup. And now Kemper drive. silence. Okay, the character matches, but for me personally, the clone has a little bit more gain and a little bit more lower mids. Tiny. Just to get close to this original sound. So I'm trying. This will be hard work now. There are some settings in the Kemper drive. Clone 1, Clone 2, Clone 3. And I think I will start with Clone 2. This is the one, just again. This one here. And it says drive at 3, tone in the middle position, everything in the middle position, definition a little bit raised and slim down at 0. So it has definitely not that much gain than mine. So I need to turn up the gain. Maybe. Original. And again, Kemper drive. A little bit more gain. And maybe turning the definition a little bit to 4.9. No, that's not the right way. Leave it there. Turning the tone down. Original. So it's close, but
Yeah, the
not,
slow meat thump is not
Yeah.
not so present with the Kemper drive.
but we have this one. This is one that I added. Maybe it's too much. 320, 640, so the graphic EQ. Slightly different. So you can get closed for me. I really tried different stuff, different things, but it's always a little bit different to the pedal. But that's okay. That's the pedal. Sometimes you need to say, okay, for me, the Tube Screamer, DS1, what did we have? Distortion Plus, the Muffin. Absolutely great. But this is a bit difficult. So you get the feel, you get the tonal changes. I'm really using much these clone settings when I'm starting and trying to beef up some tones to get some more crunch. I'm using those clone presets, but they are not identical to this one. But I need to say, maybe Christoph had the original one and modeled it from the original one. So we don't know.
We don't know.
But you get this transparent tone, get this clear tone. So when you, let's see something.
That's pretty unique generally. And I'm wondering where you could get that thump from that's missing from the Kemper clone, so to say. If you would add something before the clone, or like you did after, before the amp,
We can change it.
or if you would get a little bit more oomph from the amp, if that would translate to the clone tone as well, because there are so many things you could do to work on that. Yeah,
I was trying with definition to get the definition a little bit lowered and the tone raised up, but it didn't sound the same. Then another thing is you can use the slim down a little bit higher. This is some setting which I have prepared for other sounds afterwards. And yeah, it's always something in between. But for me, it's okay. So I wouldn't take this pedal on stage because it's a unique pedal, but I can recreate that tone or that feeling in a different way with the Kemper drive. Not 100%, but that's something that we say always. You can't reproduce a sound one-to-one. So you get close to it, you get the feeling, but a pedal is a unique thing, like a guitar player is a unique guitar player. And yeah, you can just have these different flavors. So going further and trying and getting mad about these tones, what you said, why not taking the EQ in front of the clone? I will place it here. So here is the drive setting again. Quite nice.
Definitely, even via Zoom, I hear that there's more.
Yeah. Now, wait a minute. Original. And too much.
Yeah,
Too much. Definitely too much.
the attackers.
Original. A little bit more brighter.
As if in the original it's let's see, you are maybe skip the 640 and even take it out a little bit and add a little bit more on the 320, because I think it's the Klon thump, it's a little bit more like this. I think so, maybe.
Trying. Clone. No, it's more.
Then add the 320.
Yeah,
I would say, and
I think it's too much 320.
Okay. Yeah, for me it's difficult here because of the Zoom encoding.
Yeah, I think we can go for hours.
Okay.
I've had 2 days before to check out the EQ settings, which are good. Then I thought at the end of a 2-hour session, I thought, okay, now I nailed it. Coming back the other day, and I thought, oh no. So it's the weird stuff. The weird stuff.
Yeah.
But no problem at all. It's quite different, but you can use that. And another setting is a higher gain setting. So this one. Getting more, and here I'm using the slim down parameter to get this mid hump a little bit more. So and getting more drive then. And another thing is using the clone in front of an overdrive amp. here we have this boost setting. So that means volume at 3 o'clock and drive at a lower value. So like in the Tube Screamer. And you get this very transparent tone. Without. And this is what I like to say. The character is really in there. So this what we had at the beginning, giving you more gain without changing the frequency range. And this is really in the Kemper drive. It's just only getting this 1-to-1 tone stuff. But yeah, for me, I don't care. I have this tool to boost up some sounds, to get some grunge sounds, and to have this amp not changed. So as we had with the Distortion Plus, changing the tone.
Absolutely.
This is something what we were going for, to change the tone, to change the sound, to get more treble frequencies. And with the clone or with the clone settings in the Kemper drive, you have this transparent overdrive sound. So for me, everything is fine. I don't need to match 1-to-1. And if you take the copies, I had some pedals, I don't know, I think it was the Arca, which definitely sounded great, but totally different to the KTR. So when you just, it's the same thing. You have one that says it's something like a clone, then you try to start at a starting point your favorite clone setting, and then try to match it, and the gain is different, pronounced. So at minimum level you don't get that much gain. Here you get a little bit more. I think this one has really much gain. So I don't know if the original has that much gain, but it works.
Yeah, that's the main thing. And yeah, funnily also, is that slogan written on your thing as well? I'm not responsible for the hype or whatever it's saying.
Tightly remember, the ridiculous hype that offends so many is not of my making.
Yeah.
Nice guy, really nice guy.
Yeah, cool. And yeah, it adds to, the whole arsenal of, shaping amp tone. In this case, by basically not shaping it, but also with the gain stuff and making it sit perfectly in terms of your distortion without leaving your frequency range is also an amazing feature.
And for me, it's first of all, it's shaping this tone and getting more sweet spots out of my amp tone or amp profile tone. And another thing that I need to mention is it feels good, and both are feeling good. So the Kemper Drive clone settings are feeling good from dynamics, and the clone especially, yes. So there's no really difference that I think, okay, it doesn't go that low when I'm playing. So wait a minute, checking out the clone drive. So now the clone drive from the Kemper drive here.
Fantastic, tight, punchy tone.
Yeah.
And without adding distortion, just by the dynamics, it adds so much range. That's amazing.
Yep. So this is the thing. It feels good, and it does that what I want or what I expect from this type of overdrive would like to have.
Yeah, I need to play around with this because, as I said, I was totally clone agnostic.
Yeah, I don't.
I didn't know. I was just reading with interest, during the last years, all the things that showed up, and Josh Scott getting into that, and the Endertons guys, Danish Pete, and so. And I was always wondering, I need to one day get a little bit more into this. So thank you so much. I haven't tried out a copy or this remake of the original, but I will check out the ones with my M tones because I never tried that actually, and see what it does for my tone. It's pretty
Yeah,
interesting.
the clone settings, one, two, so they are in
There are five.
ordered in gain levels.
Ah, okay.
So clone 1 is the lowest gain, and clone 5, I think, is the highest gain setting. And they are really great starting points for these transparent overdrive tones.
Yeah, you're right. They are increasing in
Yeah.
terms of gain.
So you can also take a look into the manual. There are the original settings displayed.
Okay,
How
cool.
they've matched from the original pedal.
Right. Wonderful. Thank you for this, especially because I had no idea, and there's something more to play with and shape tone even more. And yeah, you guys at home as well. And as we said before, try the distortions, the various models that are available in the profiler on your rigs before you maybe just change your rig all the time, your profile all the time, because there's so much more range in one amp with the proper pedal in front of it than you might expect. So try this at home.
And especially if you like to have, you like your profile sound and just want to have some more gain, instead of raising the gain level of the amp, try this transparent clone settings. Work fine, and they are, for me, feel better, are more dense.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you crank up the gain, you change the tone.
Yeah.
Always. That's how amps work. And well, it's even built in now with the liquid profiling and the bright cap and all these things like this that, these things are interacting with each other. So that comes in theoretically quite handy. I will try this out. So thanks for this, Thomas. And yeah, until the next one. Take care. Bye.
Bye.